Episode 9 is just over 11 months away from its release by writer and director J.J. Abrams that will end the Skywalker saga. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that a lot of people, including myself, are really looking forward to seeing in this movie are, of course, the various cameos that will make their way into the film by December of 2019 when the movie drops. Now, I think that's one major thing that would respect not just the franchise, but for the fans around the world and the characters within the movie. Now, these past couple of months or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. Now, a lot of people have been wondering about the character of Han Solo and his involvement in Episode 9. We've been hearing more and more about this past week or two, about Han Solo being a part of this movie by JJ. Now, what's very intriguing is that there's a lot of talk about using old footage from The Force Awakens in order to incorporate the character of Han Solo into the film. We're talking entire deleted scenes, not outtakes or little snippets. Entire deleted scenes from The Force Awakens that feature all three legacy characters from Episode 7 that will be incorporated into Episode 9. Not only that, Mark Hamill is working very hard on set throughout the month of January into February for the character of Luke, and one of the extras is actually serving as a stand-in that will be dressed up in a similar outfit to that of Han Solo, wearing a very similar vest and the same exact hairstyle from The Force Awakens. So if you look at everything that has been happening with Han Solo and his involvement in Episode 9, obviously it seems like it's going to be a flashback. If you look at what Mark Hamill looks like right now, he's filming without his beard. Alright, he shaved it off, and a lot of people are starting to wonder why he shaved it off. It's very possible that he's actually going to be in a flashback with Han Solo, and they're going to mesh the footage together. As for the extra stand-in, these are for odd shots most likely that Harrison Ford did not get to do in Episode 7 that they're going to use for another guy in Episode 9 in order to make the scene feel fulfilled and complete. Now, if you think about it this way, alright, we heard about some of the descriptions before in the past about a younger looking Luke interacting with Han Solo, a Luke Skywalker without his beard and shorter hair. Ironically, alright, this is where things get very, very strange, is that Mark Hamill shaved his beard off just recently and now he's actually playing the character of Luke once again. So, it very well lines directly up with what we heard about all of this, that Mark Hamill is actually filming scenes for a flashback sequence this week for Episode 9, rather than being a Force Ghost itself. So, I think that what JJ is really trying to do, and I believe he realizes this, that one of the biggest complaints of Episode 7, The Force Awakens, is, of course, that, well, we never got that reunion between the three legacy characters. That's actually one of the biggest pieces missing from the sequel trilogy, and I gotta say, I thought it was a huge mistake. Big mistake that Disney and Lucasfilm should have, pretty much knew what to do right from the get-go. They should have just made this happen in The Force Awakens at some point in time. Now, I understand that Episode 7 was all about finding Luke and whatnot, and in order to find Luke, and create that plot, you couldn't show him to the very end of the movie after Han's death. And in order to create more, dramatic scenes, you would have to introduce Han Solo's death to Luke Skywalker through the character of Rey. But things could have worked out totally different, right? They could have done things amazingly. If you look at what Mark Hamill has suggested before in the past, he suggested that Luke would actually come to Han's aid with Carrie Fisher's Leia, but they both witnessed Han Solo's death instead of Rey and Finn, who knew him for 3 days? That's what Mark Hamill said. But as far as Han Solo being involved in Episode 9, I think that it really does have to have a lot of substance, meaning, and purpose. I think that you can't just throw him in for no reason at all. And from some of the descriptions that we have been hearing about these past 2 weeks, give or take, and even lightly more so these past couple of months about Han being involved, it all points to flashbacks. And I think that's one thing that's going to be great about Episode 9, is that it seems as though that we are indeed going to get that reunion between both Luke, Leia, and Han Solo, and even Ben Solo, all together on the big screen, in order to really bring back that element of family and friends in a Star Wars movie that's true to the legacy characters. Because I don't know about you guys, but the whole family aspect of things and friend aspect of things when it comes to the legacy characters in the sequel trilogy, it just seems like it's broken. You know, if you look at episode 7, Carrie Fisher and Han Solo, you know, they were pretty much divorced or whatever happened there. Luke never hasn't seen his sister, and, you know, Leia hasn't seen her brother in who knows how long it's really been. It's been years. And if you go into episode 8, even then, Luke Skywalker still doesn't get to see his sister physically. It's basically like, you know, him using the Force projection technique. So all of these disconnections within the sequel trilogy, I think, are really creating quite the stir. And J.J. Abrams wants to really introduce something that the fans want to see. And that is, of course, all 3 characters together on the big screen. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.